Well, we might see 1 or 2 areas of localised flooding, given that we'll see more rainfall between now and Christmas Day. That's the latest. Bye-bye.
Tonight at 10, on the eve of the ambulance strikes in England and Wales, a warning that patient safety can't be guaranteed. As thousands of ambulance staff campaign for higher pay, NHS leaders express deep worry about the level of harm and risk to patients.
We have reached the stage where our leaders feel it's necessary to say that they cannot guarantee patient safety, they cannot avoid risks.
No ifs, no buts, no NHS cuts.
During the day, nurses walked out in England, Northern Ireland and Wales for a second day, accusing ministers of prolonging the strike by refusing to talk about pay. We'll have the latest on the industrial action in parts of the NHS, which is due to escalate sharply tomorrow. Also tonight, in Germany, a 97-year-old woman, a former secretary who worked for the Nazis, is found guilty of complicity in the murders of over 10,000 people. In Iceland, more than 1,000 EasyJet passengers due to fly to the UK have been hit by long delays and cancellations because of severe weather. And it's a hero's welcome for Argentina's World Cup champions, parading through the centre of Buenos Aires.
And coming up on the BBC News Channel, Rangers are at Aberdeen as they desperately look to cling on to Celtic at the top of the Scottish Premiership.
Good evening. Leaders of the National Health Service have warned that patient safety cannot be guaranteed during the industrial action by ambulance workers in England and Wales tomorrow. The public is being asked to use services wisely and to call 999 only if it is a life-threatening emergency. There's likely to be major disruption with paramedics and call handlers, emergency care assistants and technicians going on strike. There's no strike action in Scotland and Northern Ireland, but all of Wales is affected, and all of England apart from the eastern region and the Isle of Wight. Now today there were thousands of nurses on strike for a second day in England, Wales and Northern Ireland in their campaign to get a bigger pay rise. But some services, such as urgent cancer care, have been maintained. And then tomorrow, as we said, ambulance staff in England and Wales going on strike, which prompted one minister to advise people not to take part in contact sports or other activities which might lead to serious injury. In a moment, we'll be looking at the areas affected during the ambulance strike. But first, our health editor Huw reports on the latest warnings.
What do we want? Safe staffing. When do we want it? Now.
Today, it was nurses out on picket lines in parts of England, Wales and Northern Ireland. The second strike in their dispute over pay. Tomorrow it'll be military personnel helping with patients during strikes by ambulance workers. They've been trained to support paramedics during walkouts staged by health unions.
You drive first, all right? You get around here.
600 from the armed forces in total are stepping in to help, though it'll be thousands of ambulance staff who are on strike. The military teams are being prepared for what to expect.
But we're in a position where you guys are going out to support a lack of service.
They're not here to do the job of a paramedic, they're here to do the job of an ambulance driver, and they're providing that non-clinical support. And so, they've got a lot of initiative, our troops, so they'll be there and able to support where required.
Maternity kit, so delivering babies, there's 2.
As the training continued, preparing for every eventuality, the Secretary of State had a message for ambulance.